Hey again, everybody. It's Jay Balls Blue Jays Maple Syrup, and I was thinking about it. I'm not going to apologize for kind of how emotional that last post there that towards the end got. This is something that I work very, very hard for all season long, and it really is difficult at the end to wrap everything up. But I got to know when to stop. Again, the sugar content's down below 2% now. I'm out of wood. With the circumstances going on right now, I just can't justify trying to keep on boiling. So today what I want to show you guys real quick, or with this post, is I'm going to show you how to remove these taps out of these trees. It's pretty straightforward, not too difficult. They do make a tool for this. It's like a giant claw hammer head for popping these taps out, but I don't tap too deep and the bark's pretty thin on some of my trees. So I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to pull these taps out. So let's check this out. As you can see, this is one of the taps that I put in this year. So again, I didn't tap too deep, but yeah, as far as pulling these things out, it's actually not too difficult. So I just grab the tap like this, give it a few twists, and it pops right out. So you will see the sap is still running. So if you give it just a second, it should start to flow out. It should. You can actually hear it gurgling, and you can see down there where now it's dripping pretty good. But yeah, actually looks like this hole might have healed up quite a bit. There's a little bit of sap flow, but not too much coming out of it. I can actually just start to barely see it. So yeah, that's as hard as it gets, actually. So I just pulled this tap out and it just started to leak. So you guys can see this. I'll put my finger over it, let it fill up. So these taps are still running really good. And again, the sugar concentration is pretty low. The sugar content has gone down, so the sap's not as sweet. So again, that's another reason why I'm just throwing in the towel. You know, spring's coming, the buds in the trees are getting ready to pop, which I'll show you guys that real quick. Kind of a telltale sign when the season's getting really close to being done and or done. So let's go check out one of the ways you can tell just from the trees when you're definitely done making syrup. All right, I'm zoomed in right now. I know this is gonna be hard to see, but you can tell at the end of this tree here, there's a little small bud, okay, right here. And that bud is still closed. When that bud opens and when the buds pop, the sap is actually going to turn to this yellow kind of color. It's going to get creamy and milky. And then what you're going to have happen is if you try to make syrup out of that sap, it's going to become buddy. So it actually has a very distinct taste to it. So this is the buds right now on the sugar maples. I'll go show you what a bud looks like on the silvers. And silvers, typically those buds pop before the sugars do. So let me go show you what a silver maple bud looks like. Man, I apologize, it's just hard to see that. You can actually see the one over there probably a little bit better. So let's go check out what a silver maple bud looks like right now in comparison. So this might be perfect actually. So you can see at the very top of that bud where it's split open, that bud has popped, and this is on a silver maple. So the silver maple buds typically pop sooner than the sugar maples do around my area. Might not be the same for your area, but once that bud pops, that's when the sap turns yellow and it becomes buddy, and it'll make your syrup have a very distinct taste. So for sure, you got to be done making syrup when those buds pop in the trees, and it's not going to be too much longer. So that's another indicator that the season is done, when the buds on the sugar maples pop. And you can always use a silver maple as an indicator that it's coming very quickly. Well, I think I'll wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys learned some tips and tricks as to how to identify when the syrup season is coming to an end. Again, this is just what I kind of pay attention to in my area. I'm out of wood, so my season's really over with. Sugar content's down. The buds on the silver maples are popping. The buds behind, or the buds on the sugar maples aren't far behind either. So it's just time to call it quits for the boiling, but I still have to finish what's left in the pan. I still have to clean out the buckets, clean out the lines, do all the bottling. So there's still a ton of work to do. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Might not be the most exciting post, but just want to give you guys some key pointers and some key indicators to understand when the end of the season is around the corner. So again, my name is Jay Balls Blue Jays Maple Syrup. Appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks.